How are you guys doing this afternoon? Looks like it's about 23 past noon on the 30th of June. Did you notice that rhyme? And that's because I'm a poet and didn't realize it. I hope you're, sorry, that was terrible. I hope you're all doing well out there. I was thinking about something this morning. I wrote it down because I was listening to Chris, Brother Chris. He's the dude that's going to have the heavenly cinnamon rolls. I'm serious. So we got to go check him out in heaven. But Global Rapture Watchers, Brother Chris, I was listening to him this morning, and he had an awesome video this morning. But early on in the video, something he said, I just had to stop and pause it and write a couple of things down because I had a thought occur to me, and I'm not sure if it's something in the video. Probably, I'm not exactly sure how to follow my train of thought sometimes. That's just the truth. But I found myself having this almost like an overlay. I was thinking about this idea, and I had this almost like an overlay of what's happening in Washington on the 4th of July with a movie. And I thought about it a little bit longer, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So this is what occurred to me. And you guys can look up the synopsis and read the storyline behind this movie if you like. It's, if you're familiar with Clint Eastwood, the movie is a Western, and it was made in 1973, and it's called The High Plains Drifter. And I think President Trump may be the High Plains Drifter. If you look at what happened to the High Plains Drifter and why he came back to the town and what he did with the town, is as revenge of how the town had treated him the first time. And then you see what happened right when everything was really at a pinnacle and he really mattered. He had the whole town painted red. The entire town. Set out a picnic with tablecloths and everything. I mean, the whole town red. Yeah. And then he rode away and left them to the outlaws. So here we are. I think I saw the same thing. And I'm like, okay, so for 4th of July, 250 years of American liberty, right? Theoretically, that's what we call it. So 250 years, having this humongous gathering right on the White House lawn with all this stuff going on. And I'm like, it just came to my mind because there's going to be so many things going on the 4th of July. Barbecues, of course. Everybody's having a barbecue, right? 4th of July, and you're celebrating, and there's fireworks, fireworks. And, people are, I'm thinking about it, it's like, are people marrying and giving in marriage on this 4th of July? And sure enough, man, there's a lot of people that are not only going to get married, a lot of people are going to repeat their vows on the 4th of July. People will be marrying and giving in marriage on the 4th of July. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, I don't know. Look at the storyline. Look at what happened and why the High Plains Drifter did what he did. And then kind of look at that as a parallel possibly of what we're seeing right now. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to see what you think. I really am. I'm curious. But wow. Yeah, so a lot of people are planning on getting married on the 4th of July. And repeating their vows during that, what am I trying to say? That occasion, anyway. That monumental occasion. So, I had something happen to me one time, very short thing that happened. It was a waking kind of thing that I could see and I could see it very clearly. There have been a few times when I've been very quiet, that I've gone into like a meditative state, and things are almost, it's hard to say, but they're just like real. And it doesn't happen a lot, and I don't go looking for it. And but it kind of engages some of my senses, and I honestly don't know what to think about, what to think about it. I you're supposed to test the spirits to know if they're from God or not, and so I honestly don't know, but this is just something that I saw. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'd say test the spirits, because I'm not saying that this is just something that I saw. I have a very creative mind. So this may not be anything more than that, and I'm not claiming it is, okay? So that said, one time when I was just doing basic stuff. I don't know if I was sitting someplace or in the kitchen maybe, but I was just carrying about my normal routine, and all of a sudden I stopped, and I had it was almost like a vision. And the first place I realized I say it's almost like a vision because it was real looking. Just I was looking into something that was, it's hard to explain, but I could see it like clear as could be. And there was some dust going up, but there was a lot of columns of dirt coming down. It was brown. The whole sky was brown. The sun was dark. Filtering through it, you could see must have been big dirt clods or whatever. I don't know, but coming down, just streaming down, right? And it felt like it started right before, right after a major earthquake or something, and I was standing there right in the aftermath of it. Because I knew that everything was all shaken up and busted up. And like there had been an earthquake. And I thought I smelled dirt. I know, but it is what it is. And I thought afterwards, maybe during, I don't know when, but immediately anyway, that I was seeing I had just missed the dead in Christ rising. Like I just missed it. And the graves were open and they had just been taken up. That's what I felt when I saw it. And like I said, I don't know if it was a vision or it wasn't, but that was the first thing I thought. And I've been praying about it, and now I'm sharing it, and I ask you to pray about it too. Test the spirits, Might not mean anything whatsoever. But I have heard Chris talk about a dark and cloudy day, and wow, that would definitely be a dark and cloudy day, what I saw. So, at any rate, it's still kind of vivid. So, this was a while ago. At any rate, I just thought I'd share that, and I'd catch up with you guys. Hope you have nice, safe, and uneventful 4th of July holidays, unless you're planning on being raptured and that's when we're going. And if that's the case, then I hope we have a nice trip, because it's going to happen just like that. So whatever's getting ready to go down, we all know something is. I think maybe the trigger of the whole thing will be the rapture. Looks like it. Sure looks like it. Love y'all. Take care. Till see you again.